Okay, so if you're a parent who can count on one hand exactly how many times your baby woke you up last night, this is for you. I just want you to know right off the bat, you are not alone in this, and you are absolutely not doing anything wrong. So how many times was it? 2, 4? Maybe you just stopped counting. I get it. That bone-deep exhaustion is so real. But what if I told you there's a completely different way to look at this whole situation? Let's just sit with that for a second. This one idea, this one shift in perspective, it can honestly change everything. We're not talking about fixing a problem here. We're talking about understanding biology. And once you really get it, you'll feel that pressure just start to melt away. So let's do this. Let's just completely reset our expectations around what baby sleep is supposed to look like. See, we've all been sold this story about what a good baby does, but that story, it kind of leaves out all the science. I really want you to let this sink in. Say it out loud if you have to. Waking up is not a reflection of your parenting skills. It is not a sign that you've created bad habits. It's a fundamental, hardwired, and totally normal part of how your baby is designed to develop. To really, truly grasp this, we have to accept a simple truth. Your baby is basically living in a different biological world than you are. Their sleep isn't just a tiny version of our sleep. It's a whole different operating system. Just look at the difference here. We adults, right? We have these nice, long, consolidated sleep cycles. Our internal clock, our circadian rhythm, is running the show. But babies, they just don't have that yet. They run on these super short 30 to 50-minute cycles. And at the end of every single one, they have a brief, built-in wake-up every single time. So, why? Why is it like this? Well, for one, their stomach is only about the size of a walnut. They physically need to wake up and refuel to power all that incredible brain growth. But here's the part that's so important. Those frequent wake-ups are a safety feature. It's a protective mechanism that helps reduce the risk of SIDS. So those wake-ups, they are literally keeping your baby safe. All right, so maybe you're just starting to get into a bit of a groove, and then bam, 4 months hits, and it feels like the wheels just completely fall off. But we're going to reframe this, because it's not what you think it is. You've probably heard this term before, right? It gets whispered around parenting groups with this sense of total dread. The 4-month sleep regression. It sounds terrible. It sounds like you're going backward, like something is breaking. But it is not a regression, not at all. It's a permanent neurological upgrade. Your baby's brain is literally reorganizing itself. Their sleep patterns are maturing and becoming more like ours. This is actually a huge sign of healthy development. So here's what's happening now. Their brain cycles from light sleep down into a nice deep sleep and then back up to light sleep again. And guess what happens at the top of that cycle? A brief wake up to check the environment. We adults do this too, by the way. We just roll over, pull up the covers, and don't even remember it. But for a baby, this moment is a much bigger deal. During that brief wake-up, this is the subconscious question their brain is asking. Am I safe? Is everything okay? So just think, if they fell asleep being rocked in your warm arms, but they wake up alone in a cool, dark, still crib, that difference can feel really jarring, so they call out for you. Not to be difficult, but because they need you to tell them everything is okay. So understanding the biology, that's step one. The next and most important step is knowing how to respond. This isn't about forcing them to be independent. It's about creating a feeling of safety and offering gentle, loving support. This might be the single most powerful tool you have, and it is so simple. It's called the pause. Before you leap out of bed at the very first noise, just wait. Take a breath. Listen for a moment. Pausing is not ignoring your baby. It's gathering information. Is that just a sleepy grunt as they're trying to connect sleep cycles? Or is it a real, "Hey, I need you," cry? Sometimes they'll surprise you and settle all on their own. And when they don't, you're right there to comfort them. And beyond that amazing pause, these 4 things can make a world of difference. First, watch your baby for their sleepy cues, not just the numbers on the clock. Next, a simple, predictable bedtime routine is huge for signaling safety. Then, think about how they fall asleep, because that sets the expectation for when they wake up. And finally, a super dark, cool, quiet room, maybe with some white noise, can work absolute wonders. Okay, let's zoom out for a second and talk about the big picture here. We really need to redefine what success even looks like when we're talking about baby sleep. First things first, what does sleeping through the night actually mean for a baby? We have this idea of 12 solid hours, but for them, it's often a consolidated stretch of just 5 or 6 hours. That's it.
Just knowing that, just setting that realistic benchmark can free you from so much pressure. And this is so, so important. Think about it. You wouldn't get frustrated with your 10-month-old for not walking yet, right? You trust the developmental process. Well, sleep is exactly the same. It's a biological skill that unfolds over time. It is not a performance. It's not a test that you or your baby can pass or fail. And so this is the question I really want to leave you with. What if we shift our focus? What if the goal isn't creating a perfect sleeper, but raising a child who knows deep down in their bones that when they need you, when they call for you, you will be there? Because when that becomes the goal, everything else just feels a little bit lighter. I promise, you're not behind, your baby isn't broken, and you are doing an amazing job.